Hello, welcome to another TFT video. I figured I would do an overview of what teamfight tactics is for people who might want to check it out. Kind of just go through some of the general workings of the game. So you'll always start out on a carousel like this. There's going to be different champions with different items on them, different item components. Okay. Once you pick one, you can place them anywhere in any of these hexes. It'll automatically place them there if you don't place it in time. The first 3 rounds are going to be pretty relaxed because you're not actually going against the other players yet. You are just kind of gaining gold and item components from the computer rounds here. You can see each champion has different traits, and if you have the correct number of them out, they gain the bonus. So over here I have 2 bodyguards, so I get extra armor and start with an extra shield. There's 2 types of damage in the game. There's attack damage and ability power, it's called. And so you'll get, throughout the game, you'll end up being able to choose 3 augments. Each time you get 3 options. They are somewhat randomized. So we can either get more health and defense, more health and damage, or have a chance of refreshing our shop more every time, which I can explain in a minute. You can also look and see what other people are going. Honestly, out of these, I think we'll go cybernetic implants. So when we place an item, it's going to give them extra health and attack damage. So down here you can see this shop. It's going to have a random assortment of 5 champions in there. If you have enough gold to buy them, you can do that. If you don't, you can't. I have some things hotkeyed here, but you can drag and drop to sell. So I have 4 gold now. You can spend 4 gold to get 4 experience points, and you can see that that will get me to level 4, which allows me to put in another unit. I'm going to just put those in. Keep these on my bench. Your level is essentially how many units you can have out. For now, I know that I'm not going to be keeping those 2 champions. I actually want to go with mutants. And so I can put those items on those champions without, worrying about it. Because when you sell them later on, the items pop off of them and go back over here on the bench. Other basic mechanics are each champion has an ability. You can mouse over it to see what that ability is. I'm going to try not to get too crazy and into detail on what their abilities are. Obviously all of that plays into the strategy, and when you first start playing this game, I would definitely recommend just reading as much as you possibly can. So you right click on them, or if you're playing on mobile, you can just tap on them and then look at their ability, see what they do. Again, over here, so you can see all of these traits that are not currently active. There's something that a champion out here has, but I don't have enough of that trait out for it to be active. So right now I only have Bruiser, which grants extra health to the team and a little bit more to bruisers, and then bodyguards that get the armor and shield. So right now just kind of a team that's looking to be a little bit more tanky. I don't mind losing right now because I'd say one of the most important aspects of this game is the economy part of it. which I'm about to show you. So I'm going to sell these. I'm at 11 gold now. This is kind of a weak, not kind of, this is a very weak board right now. But I'll place that because I know I'm not going to use that unit later on. Kind of saving these. You can see now this shows I'm going to get 5 passive gold. I'm going to get 1 extra gold because I have 10 built up. You can get up to 50 gold built up, which would give you 5 per round. You get 1 extra gold per 10 that you have saved up. And then also you get some for streaking wins or losses. So 2 to 3, you only get 1 gold. If you can get 4, that's 2, and then 5 or more is 3 gold per round. So you don't want to alternate wins and losses. You want to, great. And then I somehow won with this board that I thought was really weak. But you want to just win or lose streak. You don't want to alternate. Again, carousel round, it works in reverse order. The first one, since you're all at 100 health, you all get let go at the same time, and it's just kind of a mad scramble. But for every carousel after that, it goes in pairs from the bottom up. So there is also some strategy to being lower health, so that you can, I'm hoping to win. If you win, you instantly get 1 gold, so that would get us to 20 gold, which would give us 2 passive gold, which would be pretty big. So that being said, I'm going to wait and see what the team I'm playing looks like, and if it looks like they're going to be pretty strong, I'm actually going to, yeah, this is going to be strong. I'm actually going to place these items to try to get this bonus and see if I can't win this. It's actually going to be really difficult. Yeah. This guy is really strong, unfortunately. But yeah, so those are some of the main mechanics of the game. Again, just do lots of reading when you first get into it. Because you need to know what... Okay, that's kind of what I was waiting on. Was this other mutant? So the mutant buff this time is they gain extra armor and magic resist and a little bit of damage every 2 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So it's pretty significant. And this is where like placement can come into play. So I'm actually going to place everything as far away as possible so that hopefully it's stacked once before I actually get hit by someone. It's kind of the plan. But again, each champion has unique abilities. All the different traits grant different statistics. When your champion's mana bar is full, that's when it will use its ability. It's considered an auto chess type game because when the combat is actually happening, you don't do anything. If that makes sense. So you place things before, and you can place items during combat. You can, you know, sometimes if you think you're gonna win, if you slam an item, you can do that during combat, but you can't actually like command your champions to do anything. You can't control who they target. Usually their ability, if it does target a specific type of unit, it'll tell you that. So you can sometimes plan accordingly, but for the most part, You just have to set it and then let it go. So again, we're putting everything back here because we want that tankiness, the armor and magic resist to stack before we get into combat. I'm doing exactly what I said you don't want to do. I'm alternating wins and losses, so I'm not maximizing my gold from that. But I'm also saving up gold to try to get to 50. So I can gain 5 extra gold per round just by having 50 gold saved up. There are certain moments in time that you do want to spend your gold, and you can spend that on champions. You can spend it refreshing your shop to get more of, what you want. Or you can spend it to level up. Now, as you can tell, Rek'Sai, this unit and this unit, are level 2 because I found 3 of them. If you find 3 of the same champion, they combine into a 2-star. Now, if you get 9 of the same champion or 3 2-stars, then it will combine into a 3-star unit. And you can kind of see by looking at the ability how it scales. So usually there's definitely a buff between 1 and 2-star, and then 3-star is hard to get, so it's really powerful if you do get it. You can look around at other people's boards, see what all they have active. It's a good way to kind of learn what some of the different traits are and combinations, because as you can imagine, certain units and certain traits go well together. As well as certain items. So it's definitely a very complex game. There is a lot of strategy involved, even though it is also somewhat determined by randomness. But now we're win streaking, so we want to keep winning. So we could give our champions with items more health and armor. Give our units some basically more damage by ignoring some of their armor and giving them grievous wounds or reducing their healing. Or I kind of like the idea of the Bruiser Heart. Because then we can... I am going to level up. I'm going to throw in a Sejuani. So 4 Bruiser now. My Bruisers gain double the bonus. So my Bruisers are getting 450 health, and my all units are getting 225. Another thing to increase your percentage chances of hitting hitting champions you want is there's actually only a certain number of each champion in the pool, and you can, it's very small, but you technically can increase the chances of getting the champion you want by buying ones you don't that are of the same cost, because it's technically lowering the amount that are in the pool. That's kind of a little bit more of an advanced thing down the road that you want to keep track of. There's not necessarily an item in particular that we're looking for here. We'll take some more health. We kind of just need, because we have to have items on our champions for them to benefit from this. So we kind of just want kind of just want to gain a bunch of items from this next computer round. So you can see up here it'll show combats. This means you're going to pick an augment. That's the carousel symbol, and then 2 more combats before we face like another computer generated thing that will give you gold and items, hopefully. This right here shows in the shop what percentage chance you have of getting that cost of unit. So 1 cost 25%, 2 cost 40, 3 cost 30, 4 cost 5, and no chance yet of getting a legendary or 5 cost in your shop. That's where the strategy comes in of when you want to spend your gold on leveling up and when you want to spend it on refreshing your shop to try to get a certain type of unit. Like right now, the Rek'Sai, I already have 4 of them technically, because 3 of them combined to a 2-star. If I wanted to try to 3-star this unit, I would spend my gold on rolling right now, because 40%, that's the highest chance to get a 2 cost. If I level up again, that chance goes down because the percentage chance of getting higher cost units goes up. So with that, this is a 4 cost scholar that's just better than the other ones. So I'm going to buy her instead. And honestly, that is a better bruiser in my opinion. So we will spend gold on leveling up. I'm going to keep that over there just because there might be a chance that I would want to... Actually, no. I'm going to sell those and level up again. Well, let's see if my team can pull this one out. This would be kind of amazing, huh? 2 of them against the world. It looks like it might actually happen. Okay, and that's because they get so tanky by the end of it that they're just not taking much damage. Something to keep in mind is... Oh wow. He's a good Colossus champion, but something to keep in mind is knowing what champion you're looking for and then the percentage chance of getting it. So right now, like the different things I am trying to balance is I'm currently on a win streak. I get a lot of extra gold for that, so I want to keep it that way. This is interesting. So I'm actually going to spend like all of my gold to level up again, and hopefully have success in this round, because if I spent all that to level up, then I'd be really sad if I lost this. Like I said, there's only a certain number of each champion in the pool, and the number of them goes down based on their cost, if that makes sense. So there's less 5 costs in the pool overall than there are 1 cost units. So it's a lot easier to 3-star a 1 cost than it is a 5 cost. Now, for fun, I am going to show you this 5 cost. 5 cost legendary unit. He's also a Colossus. Colossus are interesting because they take up 2 champion slots. So you might be like, I'm level 8, why do I only have 6 champions in total? Well, it's because of that. These 2 are both taking up 2 slots. The idea is that they're more powerful in what they do, and so they're worth the extra slot. kind of the idea behind it. See, this person has a 3-star Morgana, which is a good 3-cost unit. It's kind of crazy, actually. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put these units up here, these back here. Okay. Kind of going to see what we get off of this next carousel. We're going to be last picking. Unless we lose this round really hard, we might get a better shot. Which we might lose this really hard, we'll see. It's gonna be a close one. Wow. Okay. So, again, a lot of the positioning and figuring out. Oh wow. I actually really want this spatula. The spatula is kind of a funny item, but it allows you to make emblems of different kinds. And yeah, it's kind of powerful. It's a powerful effect, so other people are going to take it for sure. So positioning, where you put your units, what units you have in, what traits are active and work well together, all of those things come with time. And just knowing what's good, what's not, what's worth trying, what's worth not trying. You might ask, why do I have this unit back here? It's because there's a unit known as Blitzcrank, and he pulls the farthest unit from him to him and then knocks them up so they're a little bit disabled for a while, and then all of the other units attack that unit. So you want to put something behind, if this is like your main damage dealer, you want to put something behind that to kind of protect from that worst case scenario happening. The whole point of my current composition is to just have units that are really hard to kill, and then that will allow my Renata, this unit, to just keep using her ability over and over and over again. Even though she's only level 1, she does the most damage. It's kind of the whole point. Cybernetic Uplink just gives more health and restores mana each second to the units that I have that have an item, so it's just kind of a no-brainer. I'm going to put this on him to give him, at this point it gives, wow, gives 600 health, 30 attack damage, and a little bit of mana each second, so it's a really significant buff. And now that we've kind of stabilized and we're starting to win again, I'm going to save up my gold and see if I can make it to level 9. Level 9 is the highest you can go unless you have a specific augment like this one that says you can now reach level 10, so it's kind of a special case, but otherwise the best you can do is getting level 9. So we're going to try to get there so we can put in an extra unit. I don't know what that unit will be, but we're going to try to. This guy's doing some interesting stuff for sure. Oh no. This is kind of funny to watch. Because my units are just staying alive forever. Okay, beat him. I'm trying to figure out. My units are gaining so much health. I might, instead of having the, well, 4 bruiser just makes sense. I'm trying to figure out what I want to add in next. And I think that's gonna be bodyguard, possibly. So yeah, so I'll add bodyguard next. Or I could add a chemtech. We'll see. So you don't want to go below 50 until you need to. Since I'm at the top of the lobby currently, and still have a lot of health, I can give some losses. I'm okay. I think my team is pretty strong right now. So I'm okay sticking with this. Even if I lose, it shouldn't be too hard. Now that I say that, I'm probably going to get dominated, but should be pretty strong here. Yeah, nice. So with that, we can, honestly, I'm just going to keep slowly leveling up until I lose. Then I'll make my decision on what I want to put in, where I'm going to put that unit. You can see there are these little white combat type symbols, so I'm going to play one of these 3. That's not terribly helpful, because it's 3 different options and they're all playing different teams, but it can sometimes be good to have that reference. Okay, so this guy. Okay, so this guy beats me pretty bad. Kind of an interesting team that he's got going on. Even then though, I'm still at 50 gold, so I'm just gonna wait, see I can lose. If you lose really bad toward the end of the game, you could take a little bit over 20 damage. But I'm not, there's no way, even if I completely lost 2 rounds in a row, I wouldn't die, so I'm okay waiting one more, so I have maximum gold to roll at level 9, which will have the best chance of hitting the champs I want. So. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so I lost, and you can see what other people are doing. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay, so all those people are dead. In teamfight tactics, you are actually considered... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I want here. It's considered a win if you get in the top 4. If you finish in the top 4. Now when you're playing ranked, you obviously get a lot more points for getting first than you do for getting 4th, but you don't lose any points if you get in the top 4. So, something to keep in mind, that is considered a win. So now, I have exactly 50 gold left to roll. I said I was thinking I was going to put in bodyguard. I think that is still the case. There's kind of a specific bodyguard I want to put in that I'm not seeing. So I'll just put her in for now. There he is. This is the bodyguard I want. Oh jeez. Okay. Some kind of falling off here in the late game, as you can see. That's actually really helpful though. 2-starring him is really helpful. So I'm going to play this guy or this guy. Either way, they don't have Blitzcrank, the one that pulls the farthest unit, so I don't need to have him there. I can kind of reposition a little bit to maybe get a better use out of him. But taking massive damage from these people. Uh-oh, and that guy won, so this looks like it might be a 4th place, and that does happen sometimes. This is actually really nice for us though, because that allows us to get these items on all of our people. My board is basically maxed out right now. Actually, Vi is a better unit than Zach. She's better than this unit. Well, when he's 2-starred, maybe not. Okay, so we are gonna put Rage Blade there, that there, and that there. So now I know exactly who I'm playing against. So I can put these units all like this. So my whole game plan is to just get to that back line, which I'm not really getting there. Uh-oh. Yeah, so got 4th place. That is still considered a win. I'm going to keep watching here for a second just to kind of show you some of the all the different combinations really, because I think all these teams are quite different. So you've got Colossus, Mastermind, Rival, Scrap, Bodyguard, lots of different traits active there, and then you gotta take into consideration what his augments are. Same over here. Yordles is a strange comp because actually when you have the trait active, after each round you spawn one of them. So instead of having to find all of them in the shop, you actually get one after each round that you play a player. So that's how, like, if you're looking at that person's board and you're like, how do they have so many 3-stars? It's because when you run Yordles, you get Yordles after each round. So it kind of makes it easier to 3-star everything, and then there's actually a powerful unit that you get once you 3-starred everything. So this is just kind of a glimpse into TFT, teamfight tactics, how it works, general mechanics. As you can imagine, there are a lot of options when it comes to, when it comes to items and compositions. So keep watching for more tips and tricks, and hope you have a great day.